Hello and welcome to another Arkeys video, the fourth summer special video while I'm out of town and not able to play the game. This is a race A back from June where we were racing at Grand Valley South in the Honda Civic SI. This is a track I find rather enjoyable to drive on, but it's tricky to get overtakes done on this track. But we gave it 3 attempts and this is the highlights from those races. And if you are enjoying the content, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. It is highly appreciated. Now let's jump into the first attempt. And this is Tuesday evening. I had done a bit of practice on another account, but we are jumping in, starting from scratch on this one. So we're starting from the back without a qualifying time. And let's just see what we can do in this first race. So we are coming up towards turn 1, and as always I will be careful. I can see we've got a car behind who got a really slow start, but we are seeking towards the inside, and let's just be careful. And you can see I'm just hanging on to the inside up to 3rd gear for a better exit out of there, and we survived. We didn't gain any positions, we didn't lose any yet. We might be about to lose. Yeah, we are going to lose a couple of positions coming down the hill because I am being rather cautious at the moment. Maybe we can get, yeah, we will get a position back. I was lucky that the Polish driver saw me there. And let's just try to keep it cool. I'm going rather slow. I need to find the rhythm down the hill. I actually enjoy that section, but I need to get up to speed. Now we are on the outside here, and this is also where you need to brake early. Don't run too wide into this corner because you need some room to swing back over, and the same goes for this. You really just need to plan ahead so you can get a good run out of this final corner into the tunnel, because we have got a long straight ahead of us. And just revving the nuts out of this car because of the VTEC system. It needs all the revs it can get. Now I'm just bump drafting a bit. I will get my chance later. We are jumping into the start of lap 2. Here is my chance. We've got P8 doing a mistake, so they are running a bit wide there, and we managed to sneak past, and I managed to almost avoid the wall. Now just keeping it cool coming down here, not missing the apex this time compared to the lap before. And we've jumped to lap 3. I am slightly gaining on P7, and I think I am going for a look, but that's just nose poking by me, and that was a bit clumsy, so I'm just backing out of that. And we are jumping ahead in this race. I think we are jumping to, I cannot remember, yeah, we are on lap 4. I am getting closer again, but it is tricky to pass on this track. We're coming down the hill and just braking slightly, but coasting into that corner. And I'm really getting close to P7, but nowhere really to go. So I ended up almost just going into the back of him, and also a bit wide there, got caught on the gravel. I'm still hanging around behind P7, accidentally go into the back of them. Luckily they didn't get pushed wide and pick up a penalty, and I was just backing out of that one. So I'm not really gaining anything. As mentioned, it is rather tricky to get past. You really need to see if you can put someone offline and then try to sneak past. We are about to jump to the end of this first race because I couldn't really get anywhere further on this one. So we are jumping on to the second race. Before that race I jumped into a bit of qualifying, the bit of qualifying you can do between 2 races in a row, but we managed to sneak a bit up there. If I remember correctly, I did the qualifying without putting a ghost on because I wanted my driving pace to sort of match what I could do in the race without a ghost on. And the French driver was quick enough to get the inside line, so we have to go for the outside line. And I'm just filtering in. Don't want to go side by side around that corner. That would just make us vulnerable for cars coming from behind. Now we're coming down the hill. Remember to brake early, just letting the car coast in to the first part of the corner and back onto the brakes, coasting into the second part of the corner. You can really easily understeer off and almost cutting the track, but I am getting a good run out of here, but we've got a lot of traffic ahead and I need to be careful. This is also a bit of a bottleneck situation, this part of the track, especially on the first lap or so. The French driver picked up half-second penalty that will be served on the next lap, so we are just hanging on. We are coming into the final section of corners, making sure to find sort of the right line, not running too deep into the first couple of corners because we want to get a good line through the final corner. And I think we are getting an okay run down the straight, and that was a bit unpredictable line changing by the French driver, but they were aiming for the inside on the German driver ahead, and luckily nothing happened. I'm losing out to the Finnish driver, so I'm dropping back a position and we are coming down the hill now, and let's just be careful, get a good run out of here. I'm really trying to keep the car in check and keep the momentum through this corner, go as wide as possible without hitting the wall, so you can get a good angle into this corner and not go too deep because we need to go to the left. It's really about planning ahead with all those consecutive corners, and the French driver was serving the penalty, but that half second felt like almost nothing, so no one could gain from that. And we are about to get to the end of lap 2, and nowhere really to go for me. The Finnish driver was a bit deep, so they might not get the best run out of here. So maybe I can get a run, and in fact this is ending up in a bit of a drag race all the way down the straight, all the way to turn 1. We are side by side and we are still side by side, and that's the thing with those one-make races. Nothing really to gain. We are both carrying the same speed and we are getting closer and closer to turn 1, but I've got the inside line, so let's see if I can hang on to that one. And the Finnish driver is trying their best to hang it around the outside, and we managed to get that move done. And unfortunately soon I am going to be the victim of a 3-wide situation. I'm on the outside and now we've got a blip runner behind who was squeezing in there, squeezing the Finnish driver into me, and unfortunately I lost out on that occasion. But it is what it is, not going to be mad about that. I'm getting a run on the Finnish driver once again. We are on the inside and coming into turn 1 for the 4th time in this race. This was 6 laps. It was a fairly decent length of race for a race A, and we are carrying on. We are on lap 5 now. We've got a penalty ahead of me, and unfortunately I think I am going to go into the back of the German driver, so I need to back out of that, and the Finnish driver got a bit caught behind me there as well. And I am making a rather big mistake. The car was snapping on me, so I'm just surrendering my position. It would not be fair to start fighting that after making a huge mistake, so we just need to give up on that one. And once again, it is going to be tight into turn 1. We've got 3 cars coming into the first corner at the same time. I'm on the outside. I am being rather careful, and I was being so careful I couldn't really do anything. Maybe I can get a good run down the hill, but this will be sort of the outside, at least to begin with, and we need to be careful. I'm backing out once again. We could both end up in a crash if we're not being careful. So I am just tucking in behind. Can we do something coming into this section? Not really. It is very much sort of single file coming down the hill, and we'll see if I can do anything on the final straight. We are jumping to the final corner, and I think I am going to get a good run out of the final corner, really getting all the way to the rev limiter there. And let's see, can we do something? We are gaining slightly on the German. We are pulling out to see if we can do an overtake. I even think, we've got a yellow flag. Someone made a handbrake turn or something like it, but we didn't pick up a penalty for getting slightly ahead. And now we are on to the final race of the video. I've improved my time a bit more, and we are starting on pole position this time, and that is the inside line as well, so I just need to see if I can keep it cool at least through the first couple of corners. We are coming up towards turn 1, and I will just be hugging the inside, braking rather early, almost going onto the gravel, but it looks like they are fighting a bit behind me. So already I've got a tiny gap at least to the cars behind. Now we're coming down the hill, and I just need to concentrate on my own driving, try to get the line sort of right. I am running a tiny bit wide, and now we just need to avoid the wall and not go too deep into this corner, so we can get back over to the left and get a good run out of here. We've got cars closing in on me. That is sort of a bottleneck on this track, but we are still ahead. Now just brake early for this one, so we can sort of keep it to the right side of the yellow lines. Need some room to swing back over, and once again not going in too deep, and I'm sort of using the stop line as my apex, where the stop line meets the edge of the track there. And we survived lap 1. We've got a car fairly close behind, but we are going to jump to the end. We managed to pull clear in this final race and secured a victory. It took a few attempts, but we got there in the end. This was an enjoyable little race, decent length, and yeah, it was a fun one to do. This is the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.